Colburn Bible, Book 2, Chapter 3, Verse 4. These are observations I had, and I want to make an advisory. This deals with my worries on ISIS. GLN 3:4. Now, in our days, God has many varied forms in the eyes of men, and each declares he alone knows the true name and likeness of God. Here, all men fall into error, though all have spoken truly according to their understanding. But truth can never bow to the limited understanding of man. The comprehension of man must expand to grasp it. Highlight. God has many varied forms in eyes of men. Each declares only, we alone know the true name and likeness of God. All men fall into error, though all have spoken truly according to their understanding. Truth cannot bow to the limited understanding of man. We must expand to grasp it. The three main religions, with all their varied groups, smothering in the monotony of ceremony and ritual, highlights a flaw in the human condition. We live in an uncertain world, yet yearn for certainty. We need it so badly we will attempt to force others to conform, either through peer pressure, anger, persecution, and war, to the point of exterminating those that will not fall into line. It is a dangerous flaw, and it leads to horrible outcomes, from the Crusades, Nazis, to today from the Middle East zealots like ISIS. Those of us who attempt to bridge the gap tend to compromise too much, and those who believe they are right will use your understanding for as long as they can until you finally cannot close your eyes anymore to reality. The longer we stay docile, the more of a threat they become. Look at Nazi Germany. Many people wanted peace, so they negotiated. Hitler used that desire, but never stopped from doing what he wanted. Eventually, others could no longer hide, and Britain, Russia, and the United States almost waited too long. The flower of a generation died because their parents wanted peace and failed to understand that Hitler never did. He was playing for time. At the beginning, Hitler was a threat only to Germany. He used our fear of the last World War to push boundaries like a bully, and we kept trying to be understanding to the point of purchasing a short-term peace at the expense of people unfortunate enough to share a border with Germany. I say short-term because he was not interested in peace. He believed he was right, and that history would prove him right. So he believed any action to reach that goal was acceptable. He had to be right, and he would kill anyone that would not be behind his view. We are showing signs of repeating this pattern, even though we swore after World War II that we would never let it happen again. Will ISIS be allowed to grow? So far, Syria, Iraq, Turkey, Europe are being torn through the turmoil caused by ISIS. Yet we still are afraid of offending moderates who are even more under threat if we don't act.